So give yourself a round of applause for being a leader. You know, years ago when I started this industry, I thought I knew what a leader was. You know, it's the captain of the football team, it's the point guard of the basketball team. But I didn't understand what a leader was in this industry. And so I learned real fast that a leader knows what to do, when to do, like being quiet when someone's speaking. Come on, settle down now, settle down now. Hey, a leader knows what to do, when to do, where to do, why to do, without having to be told. And in this business, that is so key to be a leader. And it doesn't matter if you're just a brand new brand ambassador or you're a seven-star Kimberly Poobah. And I also love this business because it really is follow the leader. If you see a leader out there grinding and making the three-way calls and doing the one-on-ones and doing the whole meetings and you're sitting at home wondering why you haven't been a two-star yet, maybe follow the leader. And so Holly and I have been out this last 3 weeks doing meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting, showing people what it's going to take to get us to $1 billion company. How many people want to see 3 go to $1 billion? Guys, do you realize the people in this room are the tip of the spear? We have any military guys in here, or military gals in here, understand what tip of the spear is? You guys are the ones going out and grading the roads. You're kicking in the doors. You're doing the things that when this company hits momentum, you're going to go from making a few $100 to a few $100,000 or more. That's what the leadership does. So thank you guys for being here. But we're getting ready to get started, and I have the privilege of introducing a man that I met 8 years ago that I didn't really understand. He was he was an introvert at the time, I would have to say. He didn't like hugging. He didn't like it when I pinched his butt cheeks. Really didn't like that. He almost turned around and punched me. But he and I have had some of the most amazing talks. And the thing about Daniel Picou is he has got a heart for people. He loves his wife. He always glorifies and edifies his wife. He also always glorifies the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And that to me is so cool. So guys, I want everybody to get on their feet. He is going to be the CEO of the year one day. He is going to be written about in Forbes magazine. He is going to help all of us by giving us a foundation to go be a multi-billion-dollar organization with everyone in this room. So please give it up for our CEO and founder, Daniel Picou.
It's Las Vegas. It's Saturday. You don't have to be here. The second thing I want to say is don't come up on this stage because it might collapse with 4 people. I want to jump right into this. You guys know I'm pretty raw by nature, but 2025 I'm going to be more raw than ever. And I've been looking at things. I'm very impatient. You guys know that. Bless my wife's heart, because she's been so patient with me. And I went on a heck of a journey in 24. But 25, a switch went off. I said, enough's enough. I'm sick of average. And I got a massive vision. I don't have a small vision, I have a massive vision. I chase things, I get them, and then I go, okay, I want something else. In many aspects, outside of my personal life. My wife's been amazing. Give my wife a big hand. Sitting there at dinner and I thought, and I've shared this before, but my wife should be the free international CLO, the Chief Love Officer. I've never seen anybody less judgmental that loves people more. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, poor, rich. Have faith, don't have faith. No matter if you've had success, don't have success. My wife, she always says to me, what's our job? I'm like, oh, here she goes again. Just love people. Just love people. She said that for 4.5 years. Thank you, baby. I went on this amazing journey last year, and I shared with everybody here in Vegas in the Westin crappy hotel last year. Well, the elevator didn't work, I can say that. The internet didn't work here. Anyways, I went on this amazing journey this last year because for me to grow me and serve you, I gotta grow me. And so I want to be very raw with you guys today. I want to speak from my heart. I want to be candid and raw with you guys. One thing I hate is raw. I hate the person that gets up and gives this incredible motivational speech and somebody says, wow, they're a visionary, and then you don't see them for 6 months. I like to be in the trenches. I like to be in the trenches. I like to be growing and serving, but to really serve, you have to grow. It's like somebody says, I love a nonprofit and I want to give all I have, but I have nothing to give. Well, how do you give if you have nothing to give? I'm a believer you can't give what you don't have. You can't give knowledge if you don't have any. You can't talk from experience if you haven't been through the trenches. And so today I'm going to get raw with you guys. First thing I'm going to do for those of you that are in the first 2 rows and can actually see this whiteboard. If you're in the 3rd row, you can't. I'm going to talk about right here. This is where you are. Where you are today. I believe that 80-90% of people in here are lying to themselves. I know you're saying, wow, you flew in for this? Thanks a lot. That's very sweet. I think people on a daily basis lie to themselves because it's so much more comfortable. You say, I don't want the information, because if I had the information, I might have to do something with it. I want you to sit back for a minute and say, here's where we are. If you think I'm a 1-star, I'm going to be 7-star in 90 days, I'm going to tell you you're crazy. I'm not into hype, I'm into real. If you say I'm going to be 1-star to 4-star in 90 days, I say let's go on. Does that make sense? So today I want you to sit back for a minute or two and I want you to say, where are you? Because this is what I had to do years ago. Where am I today? And I want you to look at this box. Where are you today? I don't know what your marriage is like. Maybe it's a train wreck. I'm being honest. I don't know where your business is like. Maybe you're making a small check on your day job and a small check here. Maybe the check here is starting to take off and you're looking at your jump out of bed just over broke JOB and saying, man, I can create C3 replacing what I have. But I want you to take a minute or two, jot down your notebook. By the way, thank you, Barco and the team, for who likes the hats? Who likes the notebooks? I want to recognize Barco and the entire creative team for the swag. Who loves our swag? Some companies, you go to an event, you're embarrassed by the swag, you kind of hide out. They gave me a free hat, I wouldn't wear this, and they gave it to me, and they did. Our stuff's beautiful, so credit to Eric Barco and the entire team. I want you to take a minute and figure out where you are. If you are sitting in your chair and you flew all the way here, $400, $600, $800, by the way, the airlines are unbelievable. I know gas has gone up, but good Lord. I told this lady from Delta a couple weeks ago, I said you should have a 9mm ski mask to charge the prices. Right? Woo. But you spend money to get here. So I want you to take just 60 or 90 seconds and say, where are you today? And I want you to be honest, and I don't want you to show the person next to you. But I want you to be honest with where you're at. Maybe it's your fitness. I had to be honest with myself. I still have to be honest with myself. Get your fat butt to the gym, Daniel. I've been paying a guy to work out for me. He looks great. He might be a Mr. Universe. But I want you to take just 60 seconds, and I want you to jot down in 3 where you're at tonight. But I want you to be honest. I don't want you to jot down, I'm going to be a 4-star magically in 90 days without the work. I want you to jot down and say, I'm willing to talk to this many people. This is where I'm at today, and I want you to be raw with yourself. I want you to figure out where your business is at today, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Maybe you write down, I'm lazy. I had to do that young. I had an incredible mentor, man. I've been through so many wonderful people who come in my life, but I had an incredible mentor who was so rude to me in my early 20s that I used to sit back. I tell my wife about it all the time. She's probably sick of hearing about it. But he was 6'8", and I think somebody put him in my life because I was tall, and I need somebody tall. I'm being serious, to look at me and say, shh. I remember one time he said, Daniel, how much did you make last year? And I told him. And then he threw out the number at me and he says, if I listen to your crap all day long, imagine what I'd make next year. Ooh. Ouch. Showed up to his house 10 minutes late and he says, Don't ever disrespect yourself like that again. I said, what are you talking about? He says, my time is valuable, but your time should be just as valuable, and it showed me you don't respect yourself by being late. It was a lesson I needed to learn. So I want you just to take a second and be honest with where you're at. Then we're going to take a few minutes, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about where you want to be. Where you want to be is up here, by the way. This is your dream life. This is the stuff that I no longer want. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. I've done all the cool stuff. There's not any stuff that I want. I want experiences. I want to take my kids amazing places. I want to take my wife amazing places. I want to live a lifestyle that most people, you know how many people go to the Super Bowl on a private jet? You know it's the busiest air traffic 4 or 5 hour period in North America is Super Bowl day. More private jets fly into the Super Bowl every year than any event in America. Because these people's money have money. Right? Some people flew here on Southwest Airlines. You're figuring out how do I pay the bill? So I don't know what this is for you. This is a house, this is a car, this is a check every week that's rolling in. This is making sure there's a wall built around your family that nothing can penetrate because of this incredible industry. And I want to share with you today how you close the gap. I'm going to put close the gap and how you get here. And I don't know what that's like for you. I can tell you this. I have a massive vision for where we're going. I feel like this could be a disaster all day long. I have a massive vision for where this company's going. I have a massive vision for each and every one of you. I appreciate Corbin saying I love people because I do. I have a heart for people. I want to share with you guys. We're going to launch in June a nonprofit. We're going to partner with a nonprofit. I've looked everywhere for the right nonprofit. I've vetted everything out. And we're going to launch a nonprofit in June. It's going to touch people all over the world. But you can't give what you don't have. I want to create a multi-billion-dollar organization so we can give away what we have. I want to figure out how myself personally can help with you guys and cast a vision and make sure that our science is cutting edge. You know who Dr. Dan Picou is. He's not an incredible doctor, he's the best in the industry. But I have a massive vision, but I want you to figure out for yourself how we close this gap. By the way, when you're a driver and you have a massive visionary, or you have a vision, people get frustrated at times with people that aren't out doing the work. I hear networkers come to me all the time. Daniel, I make $10 million in my previous community. You want a star? Package gummy bears? What do you want? How many leaders have you broke here? How many leaders have you personally sponsored? I don't care what you did in your previous community. I'm talking to a bunch of you in the room, by the way. I'm talking to some of the 3s, 4s, 5s, 6 stars. I'm not worried about what you did in your previous community. I'm worried about what you're going to do today. Kim and I have some really interesting conversations. Kim just texted me and said, I'm going to sit in the back. I want to observe. I love that because she's watching. She's an observer. She's taking notes. So I'm talking to leaders in this room today because this is a leader meeting. I want to know how many of you are getting on calls each and every day. How many of you are willing to go through the trenches each and every day? I'm not worried about where you are today. I'm worried about where we're headed. So I'm talking to you. I don't care what you did in your previous community, what trophy they gave you, what crystal plaque they gave you. I was in Mary Kay for 17 years. I love that. What an amazing company. I care what you do today. I care where we're headed today. I care how many conversations you want to have today, how many people you want to help today, how big of a vision you personally have for you and your family today. Because I'm not worried about even what 3 did at 23 and 24. I'm worried about where we're headed. And here's what I can tell you guys. I've never seen a more like-minded community come together with more love. I came down here this morning. It's like a big, giant love fest. What other industry can you get involved in that you show up and it's like a giant family every few months? What other industry can you get involved in that you can love on people on a daily basis and sit down with somebody and say, it's okay, I'm here for you. You want to know when your business will explode? When people know that you're committed to them more than you are to yourself. When you don't have sales breath. I can smell it. I had a guy knock on the door just recently. My wife was out of town for a couple birthdays with the kiddos, and a guy knocked on the door. Thank you, Merkel. Guy knocked on the door. Kid knocked on the door. I said, come on into the house. He knocked on our class front door. I said, come on in for a couple minutes. He said, has anybody talked to you about solar? I said, no, not recently, but they have in the past. Come on in. I sat down with a kid a week and a half ago for an hour and 20 minutes in our house. He poured his life story out to me. 24 years old. He was so shy when he knocked on the door. But after an hour of getting to know this guy, by the way, probably won't see him again, or paths crossed for whatever reason. But after an hour of spending with this kid just recently, man, it hit me. Some people are hungry and some just aren't. And I know that's such an obvious statement. As he walked out the door, at the end of his day, I said, how many hours you been putting in today? He said, 11 hours, knocking on doors. But he got me. He said, I didn't have a dad. My mom was a single mom who raised me. And he spent 11 hours knocking on the door at 24 years old. And I thought, how many of us are 30 and 40, but we're making excuses for our spouse and our family and why we're not achieving what we want to achieve? I'm here to tell you, let's tear them up today. I'm here to tell you that this industry is bigger than you guys have ever known. Kim spent 30 years honing her craft of who she wanted to be. I look at the leaders that we have in here, the 4s, the 5s, the 6 stars, and I look at, I've never seen in 2 years a company with such leadership. So, where does that bring me right here? I can only give you guys a small amount of experience and wisdom of what I've been through to close this gap. But you have all the leaders in this room that can close this gap to get you to whatever you want here. It's going to take some work. You want to figure out how to set your family free through this industry? Then put it on this list up here, where you want to go. You want to figure out how to go on a vacation because you haven't been on one in a few years? Let's close the gap for you and figure out what that looks like. You want to get healthier than you've ever been? Take our products on a daily basis. Let's close the gap for you. You want to show up to an island? Some people have never seen the ocean before. I know people who live there. Oh, what? Some people have never seen the ocean. Some people live in the middle of the United States. They've never been on a plane in the ocean. Some people don't know what it's like to go to a restaurant and order off the right side of the menu because the cheap stuff's on the left side. They put the right side, the expensive stuff on the right side because that's where your eyes go. Just like a casino trying to find me a clock. There ain't a clock in a casino. They don't want you to know what time it is. They want you trapped in here. You think I'm kidding? It's all subconscious. Your subconscious drives you every day. So I want you to close the gap, and I want you to figure out. There's only 2 things, by the way, that'll close the gap. It's the information that you devour on a daily basis, and it's the leadership and the people that are willing to mentor you. And this is the most important part. You've got a room full of people willing to mentor you, but you got to show them. You want to have your business explode? Get on Kim's Zooms. You want to have your business explode? Get on one of our leaders. We've all been corporate crisscross the United States the last couple of weeks. Make sure you're plugging people into their meetings. Thank you for all you're doing, whether it's on a Zoom, whether it's an in-person meeting. I want you guys to plug in. So, my message to you is this. You want mentorship? I should walk down tonight when the event's done and there's a group of 10 or 20 people gathered around in the corner saying, what do I do to go to the next level? What do I do? How do I take my business to the next level? Who do I need to meet? Everyone you need to meet is in this room. I love Jim Rohn when he says the books have already been written. We don't need more authors writing more books. The books have already been written. The knowledge that you need has already been written. Man, I love that. And today with the podcast, the personal development, the people that can speak into your lives and completely revolutionize and change your thinking, it's all right at your fingertips, but you have to go get it. You have to pull one of our leaders aside in the hallway and say, what do I need to do next? I've talked to 10 people and I'm over 10. I can't. I'm back to 0. How do I get to 10%? You close the gap. But to do that, you got to get in the game. And I've been thinking about the Super Bowl. I went last year. Thank you, love, for letting me go. I've been, I think, 3 of the last 4 years. I got to see Brady pack the homes in Tampa with 14,683 people in 2021. I flew down to Tampa with a dear friend. I got to see Mahomes and Brady. It was like Tom Brady taking his kid to school that day. Dominating Mahomes. Dominating Mahomes. But I was thinking about the Super Bowl the other day. Here's 76,000 people going to New Orleans. 76,000 people that need to exercise watching a couple dozen men that don't. And I was thinking about it's the most viewed sporting event in the world. And so I was thinking about it the other day, and I thought, what are the 2 words, if I had to take the Super Bowl, what are the 2 words that come to me? It was players and spectators. And this is hard for me to say, but I'm going to be wrong. I love you guys, but I'm going to be wrong. Free International is full of a small amount of players and a large amount of spectators. And nobody showed up here to be a consumer network marketing. I love our customers. I love what we have. But you know what? You didn't show up here because you're a consumer networker. You showed up here to get in the game. My message to you is get in the game. I'm a lot of things. I'm a man full of a lot of faults. But if there's one thing I am, it's intense. I'm going to introduce Tyson here in just a little while. Tyson, I've known for 6.5 years. He consulted for us from the inside, and I brought him in. From the outside, I brought him to the inside. Tyson knows I'm intense. Tyson doesn't know this, but he called a couple of our employees before he came on board and said, man, Daniel's intense, and he told me. Should have called my wife. I'm intense if nothing else. Because I want to be in the game. I was a kid that had nothing. And I shared my story when we launched. I was a kid that had nothing, with the deck stacked against me. And my wife told somebody yesterday, I heard her say it to somebody, my husband can relate to that because his family was the same way. I know what it's like to not have anybody believe in you. And I'm telling you, if you leave here today with no other message in for me, I want you to know I believe in you. I believe in you if you're just dipping your toe in the water and saying, I kind of want to be in the football game, but I don't know if I know how to throw the ball. I'm kind of a spectator, but I want to be a player, but how do I do that? I'm here to tell you, I believe in you. I love you, and I know what's possible. I fell in love with this industry because this is nothing more than a personal development plan. That's all it is. We have the best science and products in the industry. We have a lucrative comp plan like nothing I've seen. We have a corporate team like nobody I've seen. We've got a dedicated Green Beret corporate team. They're special forces. They don't mess around. They would have quit school if they had recess. They don't play. But you got to get in the game. How do you get in the game? You figure out how to get with our leadership. How do you get in the game? You read the right books. How do you get in the game? You build your daily muscle each and every day. You grab somebody near you and say, what do I need to do next, Mary? I don't know what to do. I've been talking to people the last couple of weeks, and it's like I fire hose them. I talk to them for 30 minutes, and they run off. Don't be that person. Talk to them for 3 minutes. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So I would encourage you, get in the game. I'd encourage you to plug into everything we're doing. I'd encourage you, if we have a Las Vegas leadership event next year, that you're here. I'd encourage you, if we have a convention, register today. I'd encourage you that if you're not on SmartShip, you register today. I'd encourage you to start building your story. Because facts tell and stories sell. I don't want you to be Dr. Dan. I've worked with this guy for a few years. Let me tell you something. I mean this with all due respect. All I need to be Dr. Dan on the science side. You can practice, study, go get your PhD. The man's brilliant. He's a savant in science. I don't need you to be Dr. Dan. You know what I need you to be is you. I need you to figure out what your testimony is, your story is. My team's sick of me saying this the last 3 or 4 weeks, but I'm preaching simplicity. How do we make it simpler? How does somebody tell the story in 30 seconds? So to do that, guess what? We're coming out with a bunch of videos that are 30 seconds long. The average person aged 15 to 30 right now is watching 17 TikToks a day. And within 3 seconds, they're either swiping, they're going to the next. Within 3 seconds, people don't have time anymore, so we're coming out with a bunch of videos. By the way, I'm all over the map. You guys know when I speak, I just speak from my heart. I got involved in this industry 8 years ago. The last thing I wanted to be was a speaker. I had 0 interest. I remember somebody saying, you got to get up and speak. I said, you must be crazy. There's a survey that says people would rather be dead than have to speak at somebody's funeral. They would rather be laying in a casket. Go read it. Go read the studies. So here's what we're going to do with you guys. Number 1, I'm focused on North America. I'm making sure we have the right intro packs. I'm making sure that we have the right way to enter the business when we live. I'm making sure that we communicate with our customers. I'm making sure we love on your people like they've never been loved on before. I think as a company, we've done a 6 out of 10 job at that. I think as a company, we've done a 6 out of 10 job in messaging to North America how North America needs to be messaged to. This isn't Asia, and I love Asia. I love the United States of America. By the way, when people stop talking about we're an Asian country. I don't want to say this for Kim because she's never told me this in 2 years. She's offended. I'm offended on her behalf. Kim's an American. And inside of the word Caucasian, you've heard me say it before, is the word Asian inside of Caucasian. I look at people as people. Nothing's more offended than somebody that views somebody because they're a female, or somebody that judges somebody because of their race, or judges somebody based on something that they had nothing to do with at the beginning. I see what you bleed inside your heart. I don't see what your color is. I don't see what your past. I see what's in here. I always laugh. Some people get in their beautiful suits and they show up in their Sunday's best, but they got their Sunday's worst on inside. Sorry, guys. So we're not an Asian company. We're not a North American company. We're a global platform and a community to help you achieve whatever it is you want. But I will say this, North America, I think we've done a 6 out of 10 job communicating the needs of North America. Is that fair? Raise your hand if you agree. Ooh, that's just wrong. I think we've done a 6 out of 10 job communicating how to love on our customers who want nothing to do with the business, they just want to take the products. Raise your hand if you agree. Why, when you're a customer at 3 International, you have to get a username and you have to enter this and you have to do that? Holy crap, I wouldn't do it. That's going to change. Next thing is, I'm going to be creating a distributor advisory board of workers. Sorry, probably like 5 or 6 people in here that say, oh, he ain't going to call me. I'm going to create a board that gives us the feedback that we need on a consistent basis. Tyson, myself, and the team. But it's going to be a board of workers. I should be on the board because I have 36 years of experience in this industry. You don't have 2 or 3. You don't have 2 years. I'm going to get a board of like-minded people that love our products, but not like-minded people in the way they think. I want different viewpoints. So we will have a distributor advisory board. The next thing is I'm going to put whatever tools are necessary in your hands so we can go to the next one. I think our app, I'm just being straight with y'all, I think apps will be gone in 4 or 5 years. I think our app is an amazing improvement. It's incredible what you can do. But I think apps are gone in 4 or 5 years. But guess what I'm doing? I'm talking to our marketing team, I'm talking to Tyson, I'm talking to the team, saying, what tools do we need to give people on the front end so they have something to reach out? I'm working on that as we speak. By the way, there'll be a big announcement on that. I don't want to teach you guys too much. Tyson's probably going, oh, Daniel, stop. Soon. There's so much stuff. Man. I put on, why do I take these crazy notes? I put on here, tell people we were so broke as a kid that we had to lick other people's fingers at KFC. This gentleman right here just got off tour with Robert Kiyosaki. Mark. What I put on here, Mark? Rich dad, poor dad. At least he had a rich dad. I didn't. I put on here, and it seems like half of our field hates money. I'm just being honest, because we run promos and half of y'all don't even know what the promo is. I get calls from your downline saying, do you know what the promo is? Because I call my upline, they don't know. Click, I gotta go. I'm on WhatsApp, I got crap to do, see you. And I'm bouncing all over the place. I put on here, jumped on a jet, flew out to New York City multiple times to change my life. I hired 2 people that changed my life this last year. One of them, I sat down with him 10:30 at night till 3 in the morning. He says, you need help. He says, it looks like you got it all together, you don't. That's correct. Man, he changed my life. Bought a NetJets car so I could fly in and out. I'd sit by myself for 4 doing Daniel. But changed my thinking. I needed some changes. Kim is growing as a person. I am growing as a person. Samson is growing as a person. Holly and Corbin are growing as people. Holly DeMont's growing as a person. Hepning is 72 years old. And just to see what's happened the last 2 years blows me away as I observe Hepning and Lee and West. None of us have the answers. We're all growing as people. Story you think I'll always be with you. Number 1, honest. Number 2, raw. And number 3, willing to talk about my own journey. Because I want my journey to inspire your journey. Maybe there's just one little thing. So I went out to New York and said, what do I do? How do I change things? I got a good heart. I love people. I'm the most intense, crazy cat that I know. I just want people to succeed more than they know. It gives me the goosebumps. If y'all knew how bad I wanted for you guys, I was so miserable last year. I'm just gonna be honest for a few minutes, as I always am. I was so miserable last year. I thought I have all the crap, but I'm not happy. And you know what I nailed it down to? You'll never be happy when you're focused on yourself. You gotta focus on somebody else. And I've always thought I was focused on other people, but I made a major shift this year. It's not if it's to be, it's up to me. It's if I'm gonna make me happy, it's about we. In my entire life. Your marriage, your relationships, your commitment to your downline. My commitment to this company, I'm more committed than I've ever been. But I needed to make a giant shift. I needed to close the gap for me because I had the crap that the world says you should have, but I needed to get right in here. And the last 8, 9, 10 months have been an amazing journey. The respect I have for somebody like Gary Wharton, who goes out and spends an incredible amount of money, 6 figures on personal development because he wants to grow. Gary, I don't mean to call you out, but the first time I met you, I can see you from head to toe, that you've got an amazing story that needs to come out that nobody even knows about. I can see it all over you. And so you spent, and he's never told me this, but he spent years trying to grow as a person. How does he grow? How does he get around Tony Robbins? James, you know Tony. Tony, you think I'm intense. But Gary joins Tony's Platinum Club so he can be around. Why is that? My next point, proximity is power. The only thing that will change your life right here, the books you read, the people you meet, the people you get around. And I've been around some amazing people. I've been around some amazing broke people that I've learned so much from. Why are you 45 and penniless? Tell me your story. That's as good as a success coach. I love when Jim Rohn says we should all go interview a homeless guy and say, when did you go left? When did you take the left instead of the right on that path? Jim Rohn says a man's not going to be with his money long when he walks into a store and says, how many colors does that shirt come in? I was listening to Jim Rohn last week in my car when he says he was in Idaho building a home and he walked his friend through the house and it was just a piece of dirt. And they're walking through a house that's not even there, it's a piece of dirt. And Jim Rohn told his friend, you need to duck. You almost hit your head on that beam. And his friend said, are you crazy? And Jim Rohn said, I had a vision for this ranch-style estate that I had already laid out, and I was walking my friend through a piece of dirt. That's the way I feel about 3 International. We're just getting started. I already see the house built. I already see the corporate plane that we bought. I already see the movement around the world. I already see me on the stage in Asia with hundreds of leaders coming up, saying, Kim, Samson, Pepe, Chloe, Patrick, Tang, Harris, you changed my life, give me a hug. I already see us renting, and I'm not kidding, an NBA arena here in North America, so that Holly and Corbin and Holly DeMont and the leaders that are working and driving, that they can come up to an NBA arena on stage with 20,000 people, and it can be story after story after story of people that changed their lives through 3 International. I already see the arena packed, and you might think I'm crazy. My wife, when we got married, she said, you're going to have to bear with me. I'm not a visionary. But I love people and I have a big heart. And sometimes I tell my wife's crazy stuff. I told her the other day, I said, I see us having a house there. She's what? She's always looking at us like, I need something to chase. By the way, it's not about the house, it's about somewhere where I can bring the 3 family. Right. It's about going somewhere. I see us having a training at a retreat center someday where you come and we get together and we come together and we talk about our goals, our visions, when we're doing $1 billion a year and we figure out how to get to $2 billion. I see us coming together with a core group of people that I don't even know your names yet, but you're part of the inner circle because you help us go build this thing the next year, 2, 3 years. And we pull you in and you go from 1 to 2 star to 6 and 7 star. But you're headed with us in the same direction, with the same vision. Guys, I already see it built. I already see this company being massive. I've turned down one of the last 3 CEO events because I don't want to hear them talk about this industry. I'm dead serious. I've only been to one in the last 2 years. You think I want to get around a bunch of CEOs that are talking about, what's the industry doing? Get your stinking thinking away from me. I'm allergic to it. Sorry, guys. I'm all. You guys know me. I just say whatever. I'm going to say something else here. Thank you. Marco just said, you got 5 minutes left. Get your butt off stage. I love you, Marco. Of all the people, by the way, in the corporate, man, Marco, his leadership. Marco doesn't say much, he just shows it. I've only got a couple more points. I know I've been all over the map. I don't ever want to be a professional speaker, by the way. I mean that when I say that. I'm dead serious. Corbin was right, I was shy. You know what Corbin leaves out of the story because he was spot on? I was terrified of myself 8 years. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. I loved people inside. But I couldn't open up because I wasn't comfortable with me. I couldn't hug somebody in a meeting because I didn't know what it was like to be hugged. I couldn't say I love you because I didn't love me. I couldn't walk up and show somebody my heart because my heart was closed. As Kim would say, you need some work on your chakra. Oh no, she'd say that. Your heart chakra. I remember one of the first conversations I had with her on the phone when I got WhatsApp. She said, we need to open up your heart chakra because I know you have an amazing heart. I'm Googling heart chakra. Where is it located? She said, I know you got a good heart. We just got to work on that chakra. Now when you go to Sedona, people like strangers who come up in a restaurant. Let's talk about your chakra. Oh, this is a new language. But I wasn't comfortable being me 8 years ago because I wasn't comfortable. You can't love somebody until you love yourself. You can't give what you don't have. You can't sit with somebody at Starbucks and tell them how to go 5-star if you're not willing to do the main meetings day in, day out. You can't sit with somebody and say, I'm going to take you on a 6-star journey so you can go on a Ritz-Carlton yacht trip. That was amazing, by the way. Whoever was on that Ritz boat, holy moly, there's a big difference between Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Ritz, I'm just saying. But I see the day that we're at the corporate plane flies into the 6 and 7 stars to an island that's so remote we rented it. I see the day where we take you guys, we're going to France and Monaco later this year. I see the day where we've got not only the plane, but we've got the people, and we have the plane because of the people. We have the plane because we can serve it 2 times. By the way, it was not what did you have this time? People say, why did you fly back to New York? Why did you leave late at night? Why did you fly in for 4 or 5 hours and fly back? For one reason, time, so I can be in the office on Monday morning. So my wife would let me take you go do your thing. I can take you in. But here's where I'm going. This company's already doing billions. I'm speaking into the universe. We're already doing billions. I need you to get it. When When I tell Dr. Dan, I'm going to poo-poo on all your ideas the last 30 days because I know how smart you are, you got stuff even better than that. So my last thing I'm going to share with you guys, proximity is power, knowledge is power, but it's nothing without action. I'm done talking. No, I'm serious. It's the number one thing I identified last year. It wasn't that I wasn't only not happy, it was that I'm done messing with talkers. I'm done having people say, oh, I got this person that's they're looking at our company and I met with them one time on the phone 3 weeks ago. You haven't even followed up. Don't tell me what you're doing, show me, don't snow me. I'm not an idiot.
It's all right.
Don't tell me that you're a 5-star out helping your team when your team's calling me saying, I haven't heard from this person in a month. Don't tell me you love people if you're not in the trenches with them. Don't tell me, oh, I know this influencer, I shared her products with me 2 months ago with her. 2 months ago, she did do 1 post and I'm going to go to 6-star. No, you're not. I need you in the trenches. Sorry, guys, I'm a maniac. I love you guys. I am to the point, we've already done billions, but I need you on the team with me. I need you to watch the Super Bowl for 3 hours and turn off your damn TVs for the next year. I'm dead serious. An electronic income reducer. Stealing your money.
All right.
That is stealing your money, I'm telling you. With your wife sitting next to you going, if I get one more bill for Smart Ship, I'm not going to be happy. Of course not, because all you've done is watch 17 Netflix shows the last 6 months. Your money's short of a midget on its knees. Get up and do something. I'm dead serious. Guys, I'm almost done, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm more committed than I've ever been. Kim doesn't know this, and I'm going to sit down with Kim next week or 10 days, and Samson, and Holly, and Corbin, and Epping, and Leah, and Patrick, and our 6 stars that are such incredible leaders. We're going to the next level. In 25, we're going to triple this company. I'm speaking to the universe. I'm done in 60 seconds, by the way, so don't bring the music on. And we're going to triple this company. Because come heck or high water, I'm going to put this thing on my back. Jim Rhodes says if you carry 3 people on your back, you break your back. I'm going to carry this company on my back. I'm going to do my job, which is to deliver the best science that's out there. I'm going to do my job to cast a massive vision. But I want you to do your job. I want you to watch the Super Bowl for 3 hours and turn off the TV, and I want you to get in the game. I want you to walk up, whisper in my ear in June and say, Daniel, I've been in the game. I've been in the game since February 1st in Las Vegas. I might have only gone to 2-star, but I'm in the game. I might have only gone 1 rank from 3 or 4, from 3-star elite to 4, but I'm in the game. I want you to say, I'm in the game. Come up and whisper in my ear. I used to say, I watch your feet, not your lips. Today, I want you to just get in the game. Because you know what? Last thing I'd share is I screwed up a lot the last 20 years, but I was in the game. I was willing to make the calls. I was willing to knock on the doors. I was willing to get around proximity and power. And the man upstairs put some amazing people in my life because of it. Man, I've met so many amazing people. I've met so many famous people, by the way, that were so miserable. And I've met so many amazing housewives that don't get any glory or recognition for some of the most amazing people I've ever met. It's not your rank, your title. It's what's in here. I want you guys to know I'm in the game. You'll never go big if you don't follow somebody amazing. You'll never go big if you don't get close to the proximity. That's power. I love you guys. I love your hearts. I believe in you. I love the love that you pour out in this community. And we launch our foundation. I'm going to give you guys a little hint, by the way. I'm going to do a little spoiler for June. Our foundation, we've already filed it with the IRS. By the way, I called my accountant 2 weeks ago. I said, what's up with the IRS? I guess they started an external revenue service. Anybody else hear about this? Yeah. So I guess they're all sending us checks now. Anyways, it's a joke. Internal revenue service. I love what they've done. We filed with them. It's going to be called the Love 3 Foundation. We're going to manage it. 100% of the proceeds are going straight to the end user. We're not taking $1 for admin fees. And I'll tell you our cause in June. But the Love 3 Foundation is going to touch lives all over the world. I don't care if you're in Taiwan. We're going to touch people through the Love 3 Foundation. I don't care if you're in Hong Kong. I don't care if you're in Iowa, Florida, New York, Alberta, Vancouver. Doesn't matter to me. We're going to touch lives all over the world for our foundation in June. But I need you to get in the game. I need to blow this company up and slow this company, become the talk of business, not this industry. I don't care if we're the talk of this industry. I want to become the talk of good for humanity in this amazing world we live in. By the way, the world's a beautiful place. My wife always says I look for the light, not the dark. At dinner last night, her kids said I look for the light, not the dark. You choose which one you want to do, the half glass full or the half glass empty.
I love you guys. I believe in you guys. I'm committed to you guys.